Hey everyone, and thanks for joining our party, and I wanted to thank you. I hope that you're learning lots so far and getting some healthy tips and having some fun and getting lots of entries for our contest. Sorry. So I wanted to share with you my story and a little bit about why me and my family decided to use Juice Plus. I've actually only been on the product myself for 4 months, but I can tell you what a wonderful impact that's had on me and my family. Originally, I wasn't actually looking for Juice Plus. My journey started because I was diagnosed with severe hypothyroidism 4 years ago. We didn't know I had hypothyroidism, and yeah, it's been quite the journey. I had let it go so far, so the symptoms basically go on so long that by the time I was diagnosed with severe hypothyroidism, I was extremely sick, to the point where I was in bed 16 hours a day. After being in bed 16 to 18 hours a day, when I got up, I could barely walk. It was becoming really hard to manage my family. I have 5 children, and I run another business, and my life was hell. And I was at the point where one day I had sat down on my back deck and I just cried, and I said, God, I need something. I need something to give here. I'm so unhealthy and so unwell, and I didn't know what to do. With my condition, when I was diagnosed with it 4 years ago, and I met with my doctor, and he was quite happy actually. He thought he was going to be diagnosing me with some kind of cancer, and so when he sat down, he said, Sarah, I know you have all these kids, and he says, I was so concerned with all the symptoms you were having that I was going to be bringing a cancer diagnosis to you. And he says, I'm happy to tell you it's just your thyroid, and you can take a pill, and it'll get better over time. We'll monitor it and to find out what dosage you need, but you'll find your health will come back. He did share with me that they weren't too sure. They had never seen. By the time I was diagnosed, my thyroid levels were well over 500. When your thyroid is tested, it's supposed to be between 5 and 7 is the normal range for a healthy body. And mine, the test goes up to 500, and mine actually wouldn't register. It was well over the 500. We don't know what it was at. It just kind of lets you know the degree of the sickness I was in. Anyways, I had gained a lot of weight. I was depressed. I had pain. I was in agony all the time. Hypothyroidism actually mimics other diseases in your body, so it felt like I had arthritis and carpal tunnel syndrome. And the awful thing about it was that people don't realize that people with hypothyroidism, they don't realize they're sick. You're gaining weight and stuff, but they just think you're getting fat and lazy, to be honest. You're in bed all the time, you don't want to do anything, you kind of withdraw. So that's where I was at. And after being diagnosed, I spent about 3.5 years in and out of the doctors. They kept upping my medication, basically saying that my levels weren't down yet. It was a big thing for us to get my levels down to 100, but when your level's at 100 and it's supposed to be at 5 to 7, for me it was a feat, but it still wasn't working. It wasn't getting me there. And, for 3.5 years, my struggles just became worse, and I actually felt even more hopeless because, I thought I was going to get better by taking this pill, and my symptoms weren't going away. And they were treating my number, but my symptoms were just increasing, and the pain was just increasing. After that day, I sat on the back deck and I prayed to God, and I thought, maybe if I could change, look at my lifestyle, look at how I eat, change something. And maybe lose a couple pounds, maybe get an extra hour of energy a day, or not hurt so much. Maybe 5 pounds my feet wouldn't hurt so terribly when I get up in the morning and all day long. Excuse me. So I decided that day to look at my lifestyle and how I eat. So I thought, well, I'm going to try changing over to as much of a clean eating as I can, kind of like an 80%, 20%, and reduce or eliminate sugar out of my diet. So I don't really eat a lot of sugar, but maybe, instead of putting sugar in my tea, I'll take that out and I'll stop using that. For my first 5 days, I detoxed. I'll tell you, taking sugar out of your tea, I got headaches, I wasn't feeling good, and I already wasn't feeling good to start, so it really sucked. And for the first 5 days, my body just kind of went, what are you doing to me? And day 6 happened, and I woke up that morning and actually felt like getting out of bed. And I was like, holy cow, I can't believe I feel like getting out of bed. that was the first time in years that I didn't wake up and not want to get up. So I got up and I enjoyed my day, and I thought, wow, this is cool. So I continued with the clean eating, and I continued eating lots of fruits and vegetables and eating sorry, every couple hours, because I know that for my body it's important that I give myself that energy. So you can hear my kids in the background. Anyways, I carried on with that, but I noticed that I was on a bit of a roller coaster. If I would eat well, I would have a great day, or the next day would be great. But if I had a day where I ate off, I didn't eat all the fruits and vegetables I needed, or I ate something that maybe I shouldn't have, I would feel like hell the next day. My hips would hurt, my feet would hurt again, my energy levels would drop right back down. So it really felt like it was really difficult to get what I needed every day. I happened to see at this point, one day I was on Facebook on a local site, and I saw somebody post about Tower Gardens, and Tower Gardens are a Juice Plus product. And I thought, how cool would that be to be able to grow my own healthy fruits and vegetables and have them in my home all the time, that I could basically grocery shop off my tower in my kitchen and always have healthy foods available for me to fuel my body. Maybe that would help me not be on this roller coaster. Now, I was feeling better already quite a bit if I had good days, but I was still not there. And but I was having hope because I could see that healthy eating was helping me. So I contacted the lady who does the Tower Gardens. Her name's Elizabeth, and she's such an incredible person. And I saw her Tower Gardens, and I decided right then and there that I was going to purchase some of these towers. She had brought up to me about the Juice Plus products, which are fruits and vegetables that are just juiced in a capsule, and a great way for your body to make sure it's getting the nutrients you need. And I said, no, I'm not, I just want the towers. I was probably tired, and I just wanted out of there. I just want the towers. I don't really want any part of this. I just want to go home and have my towers. And she said, okay. She said, well, why don't you look at maybe just signing up as a distributor, though, because when you have these towers, they're really cool, and somebody might be at your house and want to buy one, and then you'd earn a little bit of extra money off it. And I thought, well, and in the meantime, just by buying my own tower off myself, essentially doing it that way, I would make the cost of signing up. So I said, okay, yeah, sure, fine, whatever, sign me up. So anyways, I went home, and I thought the towers were really cool. I was sharing with somebody about the towers, and they ended up wanting to buy the towers, so I took them back over to Elizabeth's house to see her towers because mine weren't set up yet. And this lady had cancer, and Elizabeth started sharing with her, again, about the value of the Juice Plus products, not only the towers and the fruits and vegetables and what nutrition does for your body. And I kind of left there thinking, maybe this is what I'm missing. So I started looking it up, and I read the bad reviews and I read the good reviews, and I stayed online for 2 nights in a row all night long, and I read all these reviews about Juice Plus, and I thought, you know what do I got to lose? I'm gonna give this a try. Well, I'll tell you, I called Elizabeth. She was probably a little shocked, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna order the Juice Plus. I'm gonna try it out. My order showed up only 2 days later. Absolutely amazing. Our shipping in Canada, it's so fast. And I tried the Juice Plus. Immediately that morning, I took that Juice Plus. My body was almost vibrating with energy. I could not believe the impact that had on my system, on my body. I had energy like I hadn't felt since, I always say 14, but probably since I was 4-year-old, because my 4-year-old son runs around all the time. And I was like, wow. And I met with Elizabeth, and I had a friend of mine, Debbie. She wanted to go see the towers, so we were going over, and I was like, you guys, like, this is crazy. It's like veggie crack. What have you done to me? Like, my body, I have so much energy. It was insane. And they're kind of looking at me thinking, especially my friend Debbie, who knew me well, she's like, what is wrong with you? And they're like, you're probably just excited, and like, yeah, Juice Plus is great, but like, seriously? And I was like, yeah, like, this is insane. They're probably, because I was so hyped. It was like really like being on veggie crack. So anyways, I said, okay, well, we'll see, because my body had been dying for that nutrition. And so we went on, and the next day I woke up and I took it again, and that energy just lasted. My brain fog went away. I ended up, I'm not in bed 16 to 18 hours anymore. I'm out of bed 16 to 18 hours now every day. I'm on Facebook posting my Zumba videos at midnight because I just have so much energy. I don't know what to do with it. All of my symptoms have vanished. I don't have any more pain in my body ever. Even if I don't have a great day eating, but I do try to have mostly great days, but even if I don't, I still feel well. I have the same amount of energy every day. The pain from my body is gone, and I'm able to enjoy my life again. This has impacted my life with such an inspiration that everything else I'm doing in my life doesn't seem to matter, because all I really want to do is share and educate with people the power of nutrition and taking care of your bodies, and how Juice Plus can help you do that, because we aren't able to eat enough fruits and vegetables in a day, because our fruits and vegetables aren't they're not dense with nutrients anymore because of how they're processed. You know, we used to have to eat 3 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables. Well, that's a heck of a lot easier than having to eat 7 to 13 every day to get what we need. And, you know, and still even at that, the average person only eats 1 to 2 servings a day. It's really sad, let alone our children. I actually ended up, I put my whole entire family on it. I have 5 kids, I homeschool, and now all of my kids take Juice Plus. And let me tell you, the difference in their life and their behavior. They are more focused, they have more attention, they listen better, and they're eating better. It's like it's created this whole healthy awareness to become part of our family. So that's my story, and that's why I use Juice Plus. And I know it's a little long, and I would love to talk further if anybody wants any more information on hypothyroidism. Okay guys, sorry, my kids are here. Give me a second. Or how Juice Plus has really truly affected my disease and what's gone on in our family. I would love to connect with you or share with you further. So have a great day, and thanks for listening to my story, and I really hope that you will find a place in your family and your life for Juice Plus. Thanks guys.